David, nice to see you, mate. Probably dive in with the news club have announced in the last hour. Onel Hernandez new contract. That'll be very popular with a lot of supporters. But what's your thoughts on it? And more importantly, why? Because you'll have had a big say in that. Why do you see Onel as part of what you're trying to build moving forward?
Yeah, first of all, I'm obviously over the moon because this was for sure one of our targets in the last weeks, where we wanted to make sure that he stays at the club. I think since we came into the building, he was one of the players, one of the offensive players, one of the offensive wide players who produced numbers in terms of assists and goals, and obviously who always works hard and who has a lot of space to improve. He has, and he's open and has the willingness to do so, and this is why we are very excited to go with him into the next 2 years. Hopefully he can consistently produce the numbers which he has done in the past. He will make the steps and the improvement. I have not a shadow of a doubt that he will work hard for it, and he's for sure a signing which we all together wanted to get over the line.
I mean, it is interesting, as you say. That was that period where his numbers were as good, and if not better than he's produced previously in his career. That when he had that spell of assists. But as a 30-year-old as he is now, you still feel there is more room to improve. There's more things you can unlock in his game.
Yeah, absolutely. So he has a lot of spaces to improve, and he's aware about it. So we speak with him day in, day out about it, and he is open to do so. I think it will be a very big off season for him, a very important pre-season as well, not only for him but for sure for him, because he wasn't used as much in previous years. I think like he got used to now in the last weeks, unfortunately, or maybe this was one of the reasons why he had this injury as well. So he was out then for 5-6 weeks, roughly, came back with an assist again. But we have to make sure that he consistently can train on the highest level and get catched up into the top fitness level which he has, and then I'm pretty sure that he can even be more dangerous defensively. He has a lot of space to improve as well. So we spend a lot of time with him, especially Christoph as well, in the video meeting room to make him aware about situations where what we ask for him. And as I said, he has shown the willingness to improve, and he will consistently, hopefully, produce, and this will not change. I can see in his eyes the hunger to make some further steps, and this is a good signing which we have done so far, but it will not be the last one.
And on that point, actually, you anticipate what I was going to ask, because in the club statement, I think there's a line from Stuart that it's probably the first of what we anticipate to be a number of changes to the squad. Now, you're, again, clearly a key part of that process moving forward. I mean, is that an indicator that you do feel you need to revamp the group in the summer?
Yeah, listen, I think we all together are smart enough that we all together know wherever we will be in the next season, we have to refresh, and we will refresh this group. This is not a shadow of a doubt. What does it exactly mean? We will see. But this is necessary after the recent seasons. I think this is clear and obvious, and this is what we will do. We have done some first steps. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and we will work tireless to make sure that we get the faces in which we like to have, which we are hoping and thinking that they can push and help bring us forward.
How much of that process is just what the natural evolution of any given end of season you reassess as a club? You want to obviously refresh things anyway. That happens at every club every summer. Or is it also a reflection of maybe now you've been in the building for 4 or 5 months, what you've seen and what you feel maybe areas of the squad you may need to address going into the summer?
Yeah, for sure. I have a much more better picture on every individual and what's needed than I had when I came into the building, and obviously this is something which influence all of our decisions. Yeah, this is not a question.
You said there's a few things moving sort of behind the scenes. With Arnell, I think the other two fans will be looking at a Byram and Dowell. I mean, are those things, situations that are being dealt with in the background, and we might see a resolution with those two players specifically?
Yeah, I think Kieran we are in conversation with, because I think it's like with Arnell, the most important thing is now that he gets back to fitness, and then we will see. And Sam wasn't playing for a long period as well, so he is now back. So this is something where we have to see how everything progresses. There is nothing decided yet.
Yeah, but from your, just final one on this, from your point of view, clearly there's a lot of factors in play with anything like this that comes together. But are they two players you could see yourself working with moving forward? Two players you like? You've said both of them. You're very happy with what you can see with those guys.
Yeah, listen, I think they are experienced pros. This is not the question. I think, and this is what I said at the beginning, obviously it plays a big part where we will be in the next season as well. This is why I can't make any final decisions now. I think we first of all has to make sure that we extend our season as long as possible, and then we can make further decisions. At the end of the day, experienced players, good characters as well, but we have to make sure as well that we make clear there is a moment where you have to refresh and bring new faces in as well. What does it mean? Everything what I will say to you now is nothing where I can say this will be the same idea maybe tomorrow, and this is why I think it makes no sense before anything is decided.
Sure. Moving on to squad news, we probably start from QPR. Dimi Yanulis, what can you tell us update-wise with him in terms of his concussion?
Yeah, he will be out for tomorrow. He follows the concussion protocol. At the minute, everything was how it should be, but obviously there can always be setbacks in this concussion protocol. If there will be no setbacks, then we expect him back in training end of the next week. But as I said, every day we have to assess him new.
Okay. And in terms of the other guys featured at QPR, any issues there? Specifically, Isaac, how did he pull up after first game, first start in sort of 5-6 months, and could he go again in terms of tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously I was very happy with his performance, and I was very happy as well that he was able to carry on for 80 minutes. To be fair, we didn't expect this, but he felt quite fatigued afterwards, what was totally normal. But how he played and how he contributed into the game was just great. After 5 months without any competitive game, this only shows his quality and his character as well, because he really wanted to help. What does it mean for tomorrow? We will see.
And in terms of, because I don't think I asked you after Borough, but he didn't play or he wasn't involved. Tim Krul, was there a suggestion he maybe had a dislocation there? Why he wasn't involved at Borough? It's
correct. So in matchday -1 training, he dislocated his finger, and this is why he was not able to travel. But he's a tough Dutch guy, so it only took him 2 days, and then he was back in training, but it's great.
For you Germans and Dutch, or it's a bit England and Scotland. A bit of banter. In terms of tomorrow, get into in a bit more detail, but the situation now, is it very clear? The clarity's there. You've got 3 games left. I saw some quotes. Mark Robbins, the Coventry manager, he basically feels they've got 3 left. They probably need to win all 3 now in terms of the playoff picture and the dynamic. Is that how you see it? Does that just clear people's minds out that you know these 3 games you probably need to win all 3?
I don't look so far ahead. We have to make sure that we win tomorrow. This is the only thing what counts for me. Anything else we can discuss afterwards. So tomorrow at home, Carrow Road against the top side, which is in a very great form, plays a decent style of football. We like to make everything to make it as much uncomfortable for them as possible, and we like to win this game. Can I say we have to win this game? Maybe. This is our aim.
Yeah, and as you say, that is going to be a challenge, because I think they're probably the form team. I think they've won 5 of the last 6, Swansea, and the style of play as well. Is that how you assess the game, that they will come here and maybe try and dominate the ball? And as you always say, there's always opportunities to, if that is their strength, to maybe take that away from them a little bit. How do you see the game potentially breaking down?
Yeah, that they are in a good form. I think everybody can see this, but what does it really count if tomorrow the kickoff starts? To be fair, nothing. So we were in a good form, and then we lost against Sunderland at home. Millwall was unbeaten for I don't know how many months, and then we won there. So when it starts tomorrow, it doesn't count. So for us, we are prepared. We know what they are doing. We know, we have an idea what we would like to do against them, and then we will see how it works out, and hopefully we can get this 3 points on board.
You were obviously your counterpart in the dugout, Russell Martin, is quite a backstory here with Norwich as a player. Obviously, I know you probably wouldn't have crossed paths in terms of coaching, but you're aware of, it's somebody with quite a connection to this place. Yeah,
absolutely. I absolutely respect his career here as a player. To be fair, I don't really know if we played against each other, he as a player and I'm as a manager for Huddersfield. But obviously, I know that he's a player, or he was a playing legend here. Played for a long time here, and is doing now his first steps as a manager. MK Dons and now Swansea, doing well, very well. So it's for sure it's something special for him to come back to Norwich tomorrow.
Carrow Road again, and I asked you this, I think after the presser the other day about the games that have gone before since Millwall, and you said you're really looking forward, but you all know as well as we all do here that the last 3 at Carrow Road, in contrast to the 3 before where you'd reeled off the 3 wins, hasn't happened for whatever reason. And with that comes a bit of frustration. I'm sure you'll be aware there's elements of the fan base who are frustrated at maybe how this season has gone post Millwall, but again, would you reiterate, as you've always said, in terms of everybody needs to be together and going to achieve the end goal tomorrow, park any of that, just turn up, get behind the team, and let's see where it takes us?
At the end of the day, to be totally honest, I totally respect the frustration. The home record which we have is just not good enough. This is the truth. So we don't have to hesitate about this. This is the truth, and we can speak about it. But the truth is as well that if we like to come into the playoffs, we have to change this. And it's strange that even if we don't have the home record, which we altogether love to have, we are in and around the mix of the teams who have the chance to make the playoffs. So what I like to say is frustration, yes, I understand it, but park it for tomorrow, because tomorrow it's a chance, it's another chance, it's an opportunity, it's a difficult game, it's something which where we really have to be at our best, and I can't complain or blame the support which we had so far away and at home, to be fair. But the truth is as well, we have to win our home game. This is the truth. Maybe our home games. And if everybody is only focused on the frustration and what happens before, I think this will not help. And I know that everyone who is there likes to help. So please make what it needs to help, and park the frustration and try to and support your team as best as possible, because every single support rise the chances that we can be successful. Every frustration moment will not rise the chance, and this is why I don't think it makes sense to get the frustration into the stadium tomorrow and make sure that we really try to get this win, which is so needful.
And as you say, I'm sure, because the way you talked when you first came in the building, that everybody had to come together. Maybe you sensed a little bit of negativity around the place, and it shifted with those early wins as well. And you can fall back on that it could just take a win or two and good performances into the bargain, and it can shift again. It's very transient, isn't it? It's it's not because it's frustration at the minute. It's going to be necessarily frustration in 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, for sure. And to be fair, I think a part of this frustration, more or less, all the teams have who are in and around the playoff spots at the minute, because no one of them were really able to carry away. So every one of them, they have their problems for whatever reasons. And now it's all about who can leave the problems beside and can be focused on the next one, get the noise beside, can be focused on the next one to try to be as successful as possible. Because as I said, everybody has their problems. So like we have, and everybody knows the problems which everybody has. But at the end of the day, is put them by side, try to get focused on this one, because one win can change everything immediately. And this is what we have to fight for, nothing else.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, good. Thanks everybody.
Cheers, David. Thank you.